don't listen.
To who, Ma? Huh? To you?
Who is you, man? I ain't seen you in like a decade. It's not what I expected. What did you expect?
I feel like nowadays, with Amber Alerts and kidnapping and people just living in fear, do you feel like that's still, people can still, find a little boy, take him home for dinner, and give him back to his parents? Do you feel like that can happen now? Because I feel like that's such an important part of community. But
I think it probably depends on the community you live in. Like, there's still certain areas, probably where Janelle grew up, especially like in the South and Midwest, that still feel a little bit like towns, and folks know each other and look out for each other. But I think when you have a more urban big city experience, that maybe that is not the case. And I think just in general, people's approach to parenting as well is a lot more cautious than and precious than what it was many years back.
yes.
Yeah, I would say, I think there are good people out here. I think that no matter what the media and the news tries to portray, all the negativity that we see, all the bad things back to back to back to back to back, and you have politicians who are playing off the fear of us, saying, terrorists are here. If you look like that, you're a terrorist. Build up a wall. There's a lot of there are people who want to divide and conquer. They use divisive tactics. But in my heart, I know that humanity is better than that. And I think if we get off the internet and we stop looking on the media for how we
These same images
how we want to judge the world to be, if we go out and really start talking to one another, start listening, knocking on doors. I think that's what it was. The internet wasn't there. It wasn't so much media being pushed in our faces saying these groups of people are predators, and if you look like this, if they look like this, watch out for them. I think when you really go talk to people, you'll realize you have much more in common, and people are good people.
Yes.
Like, there are a lot of great people out here, and I want to see that highlighted, and I think that's why it was important for Mahershala and I to take these roles, to give an example of how we nurture a young man or a young child who is in need of mentorship. It's important that we do that.
Because something that feels, for so many people that have responded, we've heard a lot, wow, this is so surprising to see these characters. Those are real normal to us and really growing up.
We know
people
those
who,
people.
so it's the opposite experience. So
Yeah.
you haven't seen the camera pointed at Teresa and Awan
Right.
within the context of the story, or someone who kind of becomes your fake uncle,
Right.
and he looks out like, those are not,
They're in our lives.
those are
They're
in
there.
our lives.
All right. Water for me and a little gin for you. Boy, please. I know wine used to give you that gin, but we ain't doing that up in here, shout it. You don't think my joke was funny? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm good.
No. I done seen good, and you ain't it. And stop putting your head down in my house. You know my rule. It's all love and all pride in this house. You feel me? I can't hear you. Do you feel me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel you.
All right.
And so this movie also focuses on life's big moments or even little moments and how they can affect your life forever, and you don't realize it until way down the line that moment was a really pivotal part. Now, do you guys have a moment like that, good or bad, that either someone helped you or came in, but that moment where you're like, that is when things changed? Do you guys have memories like that?
Oh, several. Me too. Several of those moments. I mean, when I was reading, the script, I was crying. I think we both had a very visceral reaction to it, and we were just like, man, this reminds me of an aunt. For me, I had a younger aunt and an older female cousin that I would talk to as I was trying to navigate through life. And as I was trying to decide if I was going to embrace the things that made me unique, even if it made others uncomfortable, or if I was going to conform and just kind of hide myself. And I'm speaking from an artistic perspective. There are times when I was told, don't dress like this, don't, wear your hair like this, or women, as a woman, you're constantly being judged by how sexy you are, or how sexy you should be, or, this is masculine, this is what femininity looks like, you should be this. And I had to make some choices. And I think Mahershala, you had a quote that you said to Chiron that, you have to decide who you gonna be.
Right.
And absolutely, in my life as an artist, just in general, I had to decide what kind of music I was going to make, how I wanted to be remembered, if I was going to uplift and inspire, or if I was going to be a part of tearing down my community through my lyrics, through my art. I had to make those decisions, and it was women in my life who set me down, and I could talk through that with. Even if they didn't give me advice, just them listening, I could hear what I sounded like. I could vent. I could get these things that were stuck inside of me, that were frustrating me. I could hear them, and it just subconsciously just changed me. I just felt like I had support.
Well, you made the right decision.
Thank you
so much, guys.
Thank you.
Movie-